You ever notice how some brands aren't really just selling you a thing? They're selling you an idea, right? A whole vibe and identity, all wrapped up in a logo. So today, we're going to pull apart a really fascinating brand called Elevated Vision and see exactly how they do it. So let's start with a question for you. What does aspiration actually look like? Seriously, is it about success? Is it adventure? Freedom? Just kind of keep that question in the back of your mind as we dive in here. Okay, welcome to the world of Elevated Vision. At first glance, what you're seeing here is a backpack sitting on a super plush leather seat inside a private jet. But look a little closer. That view out the window, it's this incredible sunset way up above the clouds. So is that just a nice view? Or is it a vision of the life you're supposed to be living? That feeling is, it's really powerful, right? But at the end of the day, a brand's got to sell something real. So let's take a look at how this huge dream gets grounded in actual, tangible products you can buy. So here it is again, the centerpiece of the whole thing, the backpack. Now notice the artwork on it. It's not just some random pattern, it is a full-blown scene. You've got these huge, majestic mountain peaks, a river winding through, all under that dramatic, dusky sky. And then, and this is the best part, look how the brand name Elevated Vision is nestled right into the landscape itself. So clever. And this is a perfect example of how they build out this cohesive world. The exact same epic landscape from the backpack, it's mapped right onto these high-top sneakers. It's not just about a matching color, it's a shared universe. You're not just wearing the brand, you're literally walking around inside the world that they've created for you. The collection also expands into headwear, and this is where you can see some really smart strategic thinking. On the left, you've got this distressed, patched-up cap. It's got a more rugged, casual kind of vibe. But then on the right, you see these super clean, minimalist hats with that bold EV logo. They're hitting two different styles, right? For different moments, but it all feels like it comes from the same place. Now, this is where the brand makes a really crucial move. It goes way beyond just clothes. We're seeing sunglasses, a water bottle, a notebook, all of it cleanly branded. This is that classic play, moving from just selling apparel to building an entire lifestyle ecosystem. They're not just dressing you for one trip, they're equipping you for every single part of this aspirational life. All right, so we've seen the products, but the real story here, the brand's DNA, is hidden in the scenery. It's all about the context they create around the gear. Let's decode that a little bit. Which brings us right back to that one central, super powerful image. Think about it. Why would you put a backpack, a symbol of hiking, of rugged, get your hands dirty exploration, in one of the most exclusive, luxurious settings you can possibly imagine? Let's just look at them side by side. On the product itself, you have the wild's untamed, natural world. But the setting it's in is the total opposite. Polished wood, cream-colored leather, this perfectly controlled, comfortable bubble of a private jet. And right there, in that contrast, that's the whole story of the brand. So if we really break it down, you can start to see a clear formula for their entire aesthetic. You take these symbols of adventure, the dramatic sunsets, winding rivers, those big mountain peaks. Then you fuse them with the ultimate symbol of success, private travel. And you wrap the whole thing in this muted, earthy color palette that feels both natural and really sophisticated. It's a seriously powerful combination. And that right there brings us to the brand's core tension. This is their secret sauce, if you will. It's the fusion of two powerful, almost contradictory desires. You have the call of the wild, and you have the comfort of the elite. It's about having it all, no compromises. So how does all this, the products, the scenery, build up to the brand's ultimate message? We've analyzed the pieces. Now, let's try and define the elevated vision mindset. Their logo strategy is actually a perfect summary of this dual identity. On the one hand, you've got the full, ornate logo that's literally part of the scenery. It feels romantic, it's telling a story. But on the other hand, you have this simple, bold EV acronym that's modern, it's confident, and it acts like a seal of quality. So let's put it all together. Here's our definition. Elevated Vision is a lifestyle brand that expertly fuses the spirit of outdoor adventure with the very clear aspiration of luxury and success. It basically says, yeah, you can be a trailblazer, but you absolutely do not have to rough it. And this quote just nails the whole thing. The brand is suggesting that it's not enough to just look at a beautiful landscape. No, the goal is to become the person who belongs in that landscape, the person who has earned the success to get there on their own terms. You don't just see the vision, you embody it. Which leaves us with one last question to think about. The next time you choose a brand, ask yourself this. Are you really just buying a product, or are you buying a little piece of the dream that it's selling?